Having been in martial arts for 9 years, I want to kind of look at some local martial arts studios, and in this case we're going to look at HalfShell Jujitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably one of the most misunderstood martial arts, so we're going to take a look at them now.
My name's Adam Gonzalez. I've been doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for about 13 years now. I started when I was 15 years old. I came across the news ad in my school newspaper, and I was always curious about martial arts. I had always wanted to try it. I'd never heard of Jiu-Jitsu before, but a friend of mine had showed me some old UFC tapes, and when I had watched them, a lot of my favorite fighters were grapplers. They were guys who did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as their specific martial art. So when I saw that newspaper ad, I went to go try it out. I got hooked almost instantly, and I've been doing it ever since. About 7 years ago, I decided to myself that I wanted to start teaching it as well. You know, as I was training, I started getting pretty proficient at teaching it as well. So that's when I opened up my school. Most people don't really know a whole lot about Jiu-Jitsu. It's getting real popular now, but even then, a lot of people don't know what it is. When they think about what it is, or when they ask me what it is, they compare it to, it's like, oh, is it like UFC? And UFC is, it does have a lot of jiu-jitsu in it. A lot of the fighters who are in UFC do know jiu-jitsu, but that's not all they know. Now, what jiu-jitsu is specifically, it's very similar to collegiate wrestling. That's the first thing that I point out, like collegiate or Olympic wrestling. It's a grappling martial art. It's very different from Taekwondo and Karate in the sense that Taekwondo and Karate is mainly going to be punches and kicks, whereas Jiu-Jitsu is going to be wrestling, grappling, and then we do a lot of submission holds like chokes, arm locks, leg locks, things like that. With my kids' class, I have them do a lot of exercises. Now my adults, they do exercises as well, but a lot of times I like to have their exercise in the form of actual technique. With the kids, sometimes the technique can be a little complicated if I haven't shown it to them, so I have them do straight up exercises the first 15 to 20 minutes of class. Jumping jacks, running, push-ups, different stuff like that, different drills for jiu-jitsu, simply to get their body in shape, because when you're actually grappling in jiu-jitsu, it's a very strenuous martial art. It's a very athletic martial art, and it really tests your cardio. So we got to get our bodies prepared for the actual sparring session towards the end of class.
Go! Drop into the army club for the rest of the two. Get up, hold into him, Get on your knees, there you go. Smash, there you go.
What are you doing?
Put your body on. Hold on. There you go. Keep his key. Grab the key by his leg. There you go.
You know, when somebody first comes into the class, the first thing, it's going to be very hard for them to adapt right away to the martial art because it's so different. You know, they're really not going to understand anything. They're going to feel very much like a fish out of water. So one of the first things I teach people is the takedown, because all of the grappling is going to happen on the ground, so we need to be able to get there. So I usually show them just a basic double leg takedown, and then as they get better, they will start learning more and more different takedowns, reversals and things like that, different ways to get the fight to the ground. And then once they're there, I try to emphasize being on top at all times.
A little bit, foot on the hip, scoot back, and then bring that arm right onto your shoulder. Turn to your side, that way you can push it to the ground if you have to. Keep your head way high off the ground, scooping his wrist. Boom.
Being on top at all times, showing them different positions that are dominant for the person who is on top and worse off for the person on bottom. And then I'll usually start them off with a couple of basic submissions, like a shoulder lock or an arm lock, because those are going to be your biggest go-to moves in jiu-jitsu. And then once they have that in their head and they start realizing the whole process and point of jiu-jitsu to get a person down, control them, and then ultimately finish them with some type of lock, then we can branch off from there. and I can start showing them more takedowns. I can start showing them more ways to control from top, and then start controlling them ways to control from bottom, and then more submissions from top, from bottom, and a whole bunch of different positions in between. My classes, I have kids classes and adult classes. My adult classes are going to be Monday through Thursday. My kids classes are going to be Tuesday through Thursday. Kids classes are between 6 and 7 o'clock. My adult classes are between 7 and 8:30. Anybody who wants to try out this martial art, you can come in here, try it out a week free, see how you like it, see how you like the instruction, see how you like the environment. So you can come in here, you can try it out a week free, and then after that, if you decide you want to stick with it, you know, you let me know, and I can tell you what it costs to do this martial art. As far as how to get in contact with me, you can come stop by. We are located right off of Wildcat and Railroad next to the Whataburger, or you can just give me a call, 361-774-6528. You know, a lot of people ask me, you know, what's so good about jiu-jitsu? Like, why have I been doing it for so long? Because, I mean, I've been doing it for nearly half my life at this point. And, you know, it's a little bit difficult to explain. The people who do the martial art, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But to put it into words, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. You know, it's not just a self-defense. It's not just a martial art. It's not just a really good workout. It's not just a way to communicate and socialize with the community around you. It's not just a sport. It is all of those things and so much more. I mean, what people get out of it, it really depends on that person. But like for me, it helped me grow as a person. It gave me something to try to build within myself, to make myself a better person. It helped with my confidence. It helped with my ability to speak in front of people, to be ambitious, to take chances, to take risks, to have a drive to succeed in areas that I didn't think that I was going to be able to succeed in. I mean, I never thought that I was ever going to be a black belt. I never thought that I was ever going to really be great at this martial art. I did it because it was fun. But as time went by, you start learning more things about yourself. You start learning that there are a lot of really great qualities inside yourself, and jiu-jitsu really helps bring them out. You know, a lot of my kids, they're over the years, they've, you know, I guess blossomed into some really fine individuals. And, you know, I've had some kids who have started with me since they were, you know, 6 or 7 years old, and now they're about to be a teenager, and they're doing some really amazing things. And you look at that and you think to yourself, man, I'm so proud of them. And, you know, but those qualities were always in them. I believe that jiu-jitsu helps bring them out, though. I really do. I really think that you can get a whole lot from this martial art. Even if it's just something as simple as a little bit of self-confidence in yourself, or, you know, the ability to handle yourself, to feel like you have a sense of self-worth. It'll help you with all of those things. It really will. And I always try to encourage people to do it, to do this martial art, because I truly believe in it. I would not keep doing it. I would not keep trying to get people to do it if I didn't 100% believe in what this martial art stands for and what this martial art is. It is literally the best choice that I've ever made in my life, and that is why I'm going to keep doing it. Even when my body doesn't let me do it anymore, I'm still going to be a part of it, because it's that important to me.